18 points. That is the razor-thin margin separating a peaceful sleep from a devastating, life-shattering stroke. Right now, your cardiovascular system is drowning in toxic water, and another chemical pill won't save you. Discover the 5-layer biological loophole to permanently disarm this ticking time bomb. Just 18 points. That is the razor-thin, terrifying margin separating a peaceful night's sleep from a devastating, life-shattering stroke at the break of dawn. 18 points on a systolic blood pressure monitor is not merely a sterile digital number flashing on a piece of plastic. Physiologically, it is the profound difference between a resilient, smoothly flowing vascular system and a ticking biological time bomb collapsing under extreme hydraulic pressure. When your systolic blood pressure climbs from 120 to 138, the violent force battering the delicate endothelial lining of your brain's blood vessels does not increase linearly. It multiplies exponentially. The absolute borderline of life and death resides precisely within this fragile, microscopic 18-point gap, silently waiting in the dark. At Healthy Aging US warmly welcomes you to a profound journey into the hidden truths of your own body. If this sudden realization has awakened a desire to take back control of your health, please hit that subscribe button right now to support our channel. Your subscription is the vital heartbeat that gives us the fierce motivation to continue producing deeply researched, life-saving videos for you in the future. Now, ask yourself, why is it that when you are staring down such a literal life-or-death crisis, the only lifeline you are typically thrown is a hastily scribbled prescription? We must look straight into the brutal, unvarnished reality of the modern medical establishment. I want to be clear that your doctors are not malicious, nor are they hiding some grand, sinister conspiracy from you. The tragic core of the issue is that they are prisoners, hopelessly trapped within a heavily industrialized, assembly line medical machine. The standard protocol for a medical appointment today allows for a meager 7 minutes. In those chaotic 7 minutes, a clinician's brain is forced into a frantic state of triage. They simply do not have the luxury of time to analyze your cellular biochemistry. They can only throw a chemical grenade to temporarily suppress your screaming emergency symptoms. Imagine your body as a beautiful, intricate glass fish tank. When a fish inside falls severely ill, modern medicine's standard operating procedure is to scoop that dying fish out, inject it with a synthetic chemical, and blindly toss it right back into the exact same filthy, toxic water that destroyed its health in the first place. Handing you a blood pressure pill without fundamentally altering your internal metabolic environment is the exact same tragedy. The water remains pure poison. This is a catastrophic, systemic failure rooted deeply in medical education, where a student endures years of grueling study yet receives a pathetic 19 hours of nutritional training. 19 hours to understand the very fuel that runs the most complex biological machine in the universe, while the vast majority of their curriculum is heavily subsidized and sculpted by the colossal, looming shadow of Big Pharma. Pharmaceuticals are absolutely brilliant for keeping you breathing in a crashing emergency, but they will never possess the DNA blueprint required for true root cause healing. This deep frustration is exactly why the natural 5-layer system was born. I am not here to offer you empty internet folklore or fleeting wellness trends. What you are about to discover is a meticulous framework grounded in the cutting-edge principle of biostacking, completely free and undeniably proven by rigorous, randomized, controlled trials. By intelligently stacking small, precise biochemical mechanisms, we are going to trigger a massive, unstoppable domino effect, aggressively filtering out that toxic fish tank and restoring the supple, youthful elasticity of your cardiovascular system from the absolute cellular level. To truly understand how this biostacking phenomenon aggressively purifies the toxic water of your internal fish tank, we must first dive into the microscopic powerhouse lining your arteries. The very foundation of our 5-layer system begins with the endothelium, a delicate, single-cell layer wrapping the inside of your blood vessels that acts as the ultimate gatekeeper of your cardiovascular health. When I first studied endothelial function, I was profoundly struck by its fragility. It is less like a rigid pipe and more like a highly intelligent breathing membrane. In a healthy state, this membrane produces a miraculous, short-lived gas called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master signaling molecule that commands your blood vessels to relax, expand, and effortlessly accommodate the rushing volume of your blood. However, years of eating processed industrial seed oils, enduring chronic sleep deprivation, and surviving on the standard American diet literally suffocate this endothelial engine. The first and second layers of our biostacking protocol are designed to forcefully reignite this natural gas production. We bypass the degraded pathways by introducing specific raw dietary nitrates, found abundantly in earth-grown foods like raw beets, arugula, and Swiss chard, which your body's microbiome desperately craves to convert directly into nitric oxide. But we do not stop at the plate. The second layer involves hijacking your respiratory mechanics through deliberate, slow nasal breathing. The paranasal sinuses are a massive reservoir of nitric oxide, and when you forcefully draw air through your nose rather than your mouth, you pull this potent vasodilator directly into your lungs, immediately shuttling it into your bloodstream. It is a breathtakingly elegant design of human physiology. By stacking nitrate-rich nutrition with precise nasal breathing protocols, you are not merely suppressing a symptom, you are fundamentally rehabilitating the physical elasticity of your arterial walls. You are taking a stiff, calcified garden hose and turning it back into a supple, expanding river of life. But flushing your vascular system with nitric oxide is only half the battle if your brain is constantly sounding a false, biological alarm. The third layer addresses a dark reality of modern existence. We are a society running on a constant, low-grade adrenaline drip. When your autonomic nervous system perceives the relentless stress of modern life, the endless emails, the financial pressures, the artificial blue light penetrating your retinas at midnight, it perceives an imminent physical threat. Your adrenal glands pump out cortisol and adrenaline, forcefully constricting your blood vessels to prepare you for a physical battle that never actually comes. You cannot out-eat or out-breathe a chronically terrified nervous system. We must intentionally down-regulate this sympathetic dominance using targeted vagal nerve stimulation. By incorporating a daily practice of resonant frequency breathing, inhaling for 5 seconds and exhaling for 6, you send a literal, mechanical signal through the vagus nerve to your brainstem, declaring that you are safe. This silences the cortisol alarm, allowing the tight, spasming muscles around your blood vessels to finally let go. Immediately stacking upon this neurological safety is our fourth layer, unlocking the cellular floodgates through the delicate balance of potassium and sodium. Modern medical advice lazily commands you to simply stop eating salt, completely ignoring the fact that sodium is biologically useless and even dangerous without its vital counterpart, potassium. Your cells operate on a microscopic mechanism called the sodium-potassium pump. When you are deficient in potassium, as almost everyone eating a modern diet is, sodium remains trapped inside the cells, dragging water with it, causing your tissues to swell and your blood volume to violently spike against those arterial walls. By radically increasing your intake of potassium-dense foods like avocados, wild-caught salmon, and dark leafy greens, you turn the key to open those cellular floodgates. You allow the kidneys to naturally flush out the excess sodium and fluid, rapidly dropping the hydraulic pressure from the inside out without the need for a synthetic diuretic stealing your essential minerals. Once the chemical alarms are silenced and the cellular floodgates are thrown wide open, your body requires a physical catalyst to drive this newfound vitality deep into your tissues. This brings us to the fifth and final layer of the biostack: strategic mechanical capillarization. Notice I am not using the word exercise, which conjures images of grueling, joint-destroying marathons or aggressive, heart-pounding boot camps that only spike your cortisol further. What your healing cardiovascular system desperately needs is a steady, rhythmic mechanical demand. We achieve this through Zone 2 cardiovascular training, movement done at an intensity where you can still comfortably hold a conversation. When you engage your largest muscle groups through brisk walking, light cycling, or swimming in this specific aerobic zone, you trigger a profound biological adaptation called angiogenesis. Your body, sensing a consistent demand for oxygen, actually begins to grow entirely new, microscopic blood vessels. You are literally building new rivers and tributaries to divert the raging floodwaters of your blood pressure. This disperses the immense pressure over a vastly larger surface area. It is one of the most awe-inspiring capabilities of the human body, yet it is almost never discussed in a standard 7-minute doctor's visit. As these new capillaries blossom throughout your muscle tissue, the overall resistance within your vascular network plummets. Your heart no longer has to violently force blood through a limited, narrowed highway system. Instead, the blood flows effortlessly through a sprawling, newly constructed network of backroads. This mechanical catalyst binds the previous 4 layers together. The dietary nitrates provide the flexibility. The vagal downregulation provides the calm. The potassium provides the fluid balance. And this strategic movement builds the very infrastructure required for long-term, sustainable healing. You are no longer just treating high blood pressure. You are actively engineering a younger, more resilient cardiovascular system. These layered mechanisms, when seamlessly woven together into your daily routine, do not merely lower a digital number on a monitor. They fundamentally resurrect the biological destiny of your heart. We began this journey by looking at the terrifying 18-point margin between a normal life and a catastrophic cardiovascular event. I wanted to pull you out of the dark corners of a medical system that treats you like a broken machine on an assembly line, meant only to be heavily medicated and managed. You are not a broken machine. You are a living, breathing, miraculously complex organism with an inherent burning desire to heal itself if simply given the correct biological inputs. The 5-layer system we have explored today is not magic, nor is it overnight internet folklore. It is a deliberate, scientifically rigorous dismantling of the toxic environment that has been quietly destroying your arteries. When you biostack these natural interventions, restoring nitric oxide, calming the nervous system, balancing cellular hydration, and growing new vascular networks, you are taking the pen back from an industrialized healthcare system and writing your own physiological future. I share these profound truths with you because I have witnessed the immense human suffering caused by a lack of basic metabolic understanding, and it breaks my heart every single time. You have the ultimate authority over what you put into your body, how you breathe, and how you move. If this deeper understanding of your own cardiovascular power has resonated with you, and if you are ready to permanently change the toxic water in your fish tank, I urge you to take action today. Please hit that subscribe button to join our community at Healthy Aging US. Your presence here fuels our mission to bypass the noise and deliver the unvarnished, life-saving science you actually deserve. The absolute borderline of life and death is no longer waiting silently in the dark. It is entirely in your hands, illuminated by the truth, and waiting for your next move. The journey to reclaiming your cardiovascular health demands a radical shift from passively managing symptoms to actively engineering a resilient biological system. True healing does not come from isolating a single problem, but from harmonizing a 5-layer biostack that addresses the root causes of arterial degradation. It begins by reviving the endothelial engine with nitrate-rich whole foods and deliberate nasal breathing. This floods the bloodstream with life-saving nitric oxide, immediately restoring elasticity to stiffened vessels. However, this physical widening must be paired with neurological safety. By employing resonant frequency breathing, we silence the chronic cortisol alarm of modern stress, allowing constricted blood vessels to finally relax. Simultaneously, balancing cellular hydration by drastically increasing potassium intake acts as a natural pressure release valve, safely flushing out excess sodium and fluid without the need for synthetic diuretics. Finally, all of these chemical and neurological shifts are cemented into long-term healing through strategic mechanical capillarization. Engaging in Zone 2 aerobic movement does not punish the joints or spike stress hormones. Instead, it prompts the body to grow an entirely new network of microscopic blood vessels, effectively dispersing pressure and reducing the workload on your heart. Together, these layered interventions do not merely lower a number on a digital blood pressure monitor. They systematically dismantle the toxic modern environment that is destroying your arteries, giving you the ultimate authority to rewrite your physiological destiny and transform your body back into a thriving, dynamic, and naturally healing organism. Your body is not a broken, depreciating machine destined for lifelong medication, but rather a profoundly intelligent ecosystem that inherently wants to heal. Modern society conditions us to view symptoms like high blood pressure as isolated mechanical failures that must be chemically suppressed. The ultimate revelation is that these symptoms are actually desperate biological distress signals, warning you that your internal environment is toxic. When you stop fighting your physiology and start providing the exact natural inputs it craves, proper oxygenation, essential minerals, nervous system safety, and strategic movement, your body has the miraculous ability to rebuild, expand, and rejuvenate itself from the cellular level up. Do not overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything overnight. Instead, start by stacking small, deliberate daily habits. Breathe with purpose. Make a conscious effort to breathe exclusively through your nose during your daily tasks and light workouts to constantly harvest natural nitric oxide. Upgrade your plate. Add a daily serving of raw beets, arugula, spinach, or avocados to naturally balance your potassium levels and fuel your endothelial cells. Command your calm. Take just 5 minutes during your busiest workday to practice resonant breathing. Inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds, to consciously shut off your stress response. Move for your veins. Incorporate 30 to 45 minutes of brisk, conversational pace walking into your routine to gently stimulate the growth of new blood vessels without burning yourself out. Which of these daily habits, focused nasal breathing, adding more nitrate-rich greens to your meals, or taking a conversational pace walk, are you most excited to start trying today? Please leave a comment below to share your perspective. Your insights might just be the exact inspiration someone else needs to start their healing journey. If you found this deep dive valuable and want to take full control of your health, please hit that subscribe button to support at Healthy Aging US. Your subscription fuels our mission and gives us the motivation to keep delivering the unvarnished, life-saving science you truly deserve.